Well, hello people of the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about the best books that I read in 2017, because in my last video I talked about the ones that were the worst reads for me in 2017, so I thought, you know what, I'll talk about the best books now because, you know, we need some positivity. So that is what I'm going to be doing for you guys today. I also feel like I'm from like a rock band right now because I'm wearing the black and white and my hair is still so dark and long. I feel like I belong in like a rock band. But you know, that's just the aesthetic I'm going for today. So yeah, if you are excited for this video, please give this video a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot and it makes me so happy when you do so. And also don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time watching one of my videos and you would like to see more from me, because yeah, just subscribe. It makes me happy also. So yeah, let's just get into this video because we have 5 books to talk about, which are my top 5 reads of 2017. I was gonna pick like 7, but you know what, I feel like these are the top 5. These are the 5 books I think of immediately when I think of the books that I read this year. So I actually do have an order to this. So number 5 would be like my least favorite, even though it's in my top 5, so obviously it's one of my favorites, but you know what I mean. And then number 1 is obviously my most favorite. So have a little think about what you think my books are going to be and let me know if you get any of these correct. So coming in at number 5, we have got Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, and this is actually the first time that Cassandra Clare book has made it into my top books of the year. Usually I love Cassandra Clare's books, like they're so much fun, I love them so much, and they just always fall short of making it into my favorites. But Lord of Shadows, people, ruined me. Like, ruined me emotionally, physically, and mentally. Like, you know, it's a big book, so physically it's just heavy to carry, you know, so that's how it ruined me. So this is obviously the second book in the Dark Artifices series. I can never say Artifices, I always say it's so weird. But anyways, this is the second book, and I can't really give much explanation behind this book because it's just a spoiler really, but it's about shadow hunters and it continues on from the first book, which is Lady Midnight. And oh, this book, it ruined me. I cried so freaking much, even though so many people told me, Kevin, you're going to cry. So I was like, I was kind of preparing myself to cry, and then when it happened I was just not ready, you know, and the tears came and they actually landed on my book, which is the first time I got tears on a book. So not only is it one of my favorite books, but it's also the first book I've actually cried on. So you have a special place in my heart now because I cried on you. The next book I'm going to talk to you guys about is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, which, by the way, wait for it, is signed because I met her at BookCon this year, and I read the first 3 books of Red Queen this year. I actually read them like pretty close after one another, and I loved this series so much, and it just made me realize why I always love dystopian type books, because I haven't read dystopian in so long, and this is one of the first ones I've read in a very long time, and I just loved it so freaking much. And I love Victoria Aveyard, she's so sweet when I met her. Yeah, I just love this series so much. If you haven't picked it up, I would highly recommend that you do, because it's just an amazing series and just so much fun to read, and I just recommend it so much. Okay, so my lighting has been a bit weird at the moment, so I'm sorry if it makes me look like I'm really like orangey kind of tanned. I don't know what's going on with my lights right now. I'm trying to fix the situation. I think I just did. But yeah, it was making me look like a weird colour, so I'm sorry. Coming in at number 3 is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This book broke me. Like, broke me. Literally broke me so much. I have never cried so much at an Adam Silvera book, which is very hard to say because they all make me cry. But this one in particular, wow, like so many emotions. I literally was like, you know when you're sobbing so much you're like, that was me. That was Kevin at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And like, the title is a very big giveaway, but still Kevin bawled his eyes out, and it's a very sad book to read. If you don't know what this book is about, well, I'm not going to tell you what it's about anyways, so yeah, because all I knew about this book was the title. So if that's not enough to get you interested in reading this book, then I don't know what is, because it's Adam Silvera. If you love him anyways, then this won't disappoint you. Oh yeah, once again, Adam Silvera made me cry. He made me feel so many different things. He made me fall in love with all of his characters. He's just such an amazing writer, and I just respect his work so much, and this just had to be one of my favorite books of the year, and I'm so happy that it made it into my top 3 because I just love Alan Silvera's books so much, and History Is All You Left Me also nearly made it into this top 5, but it just fell short. So, coming in at number 2, this is going to shock a lot of people because I bet so many of you think this is going to be my number 1, but it's my number 2, and that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. This, guys, is number 2. Number 2. When I went into this year for reading and knew what books were coming out, I did not expect for this to be number 2. I expected this to be number 1 and to have no competition whatsoever. But it is my number 2. It's my second favorite book that I read all of this year. You guys know how much I love this series in particular so much, and how much I adore and love Rhys. And that is still the same, like nothing has changed. And this book just made me cry so much. I loved it so much, it made me laugh, it made me just keep reading, it shook me. So many different things happened in this book, and if you haven't picked up this series, like why? Why haven't you? Like please do it, because you will not regret it. It's so freaking good, and this book is such a good ending to the series. And I know that Sarah J Maas's books can be problematic and stuff like that, I'm very much aware of it. But still, it is one of my favorite books that I read this year. It just deserves to be my second favorite book of the year because Rhys is still my bae and I need a Rhys in my life. Like please, can someone set me up on a blind date with another Rhys? Please, that's all I ask of you. So, we have come to the end. What is my favorite book that I have read all year? I'll give you a couple of seconds to guess. Okay, well fine, I'll tell you anyways. So, my favorite book that I read this year, my number 1 read of 2017, has to go to Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This book is honestly very close to be one of my favorite books of all time because I have never ever related so much to a character that I have with Simon. Like, you know, one of those books when you just feel so represented in a book. I'm sure everyone has a book out there, or if you haven't got a book yet, I mean, you will get to it eventually. You will find a book that is literally a perfect representation of you and you just feel so represented in a book, and this is it for me. And I'm so excited for the Love, Simon movie. You guys know I've posted like a reaction to the trailer. I freaked out and I love this book so much, and I don't think I'll ever not love it. Like, I plan on rereading it before the end of the year. I'm probably gonna reread it before I go see the movie. I'll probably reread it after I see the movie. Like, it's going to be an all-time favorite book for me for like the rest of my life because it's the book that I first ever read where I felt, wow, that is me in a book. And that's something that I don't know if another book can beat, in my opinion. This is why Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli is my favorite read of 2017. So guys, they are my top 5 favorite reads that I have read in 2017. Let me know down below some of the books that were your favorite reads, and if you've also read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them also. And other than that, I shall see you all next time in my next video. So goodbye guys.